Hor-Avibre, also known as Hor I, was an Egyptian pharaoh of the early 13th dynasty in the late Middle Kingdom. Some Egyptologists speculate his reign was from 1777 until 1775 BC, or for a few months, circa 1760 BC or 1732 BC. If Hor died in his 40s in the early 13th dynasty, then he was born during the reign of Amenemhat III. He had a short reign, only partially preserved in the Turin king list. He may have had a co-regency with Sekembre Kutabi Kabau, with both names on the architrave. He may have become king at an advanced age. His skeletons thought to show a man in his 40s. Hor-Avibre's reign length is partially lost to a lacuna of the Turin canon and is consequently unknown. Hor most likely reigned only for a short time, in particular not long enough to prepare a pyramid, which was still the common burial place for kings of the early 13th dynasty. Hor remained unattested until the discovery in 1894 of his nearly intact tomb in Dahshur by Jacques de Morgan. In architecture at Tanis, Nile Delta region, in a secondary context, a granite architrave with the cartouches of Hor and Sekemre Kutabi Kabau was found. There is a plaque in Berlin 7670 of unknown provenance. A plaque has been found. Then in Lisht, a plaque his name was found at the pyramid of Amenemhat I. There were found several faience plaques with 13 dynasty kings' names. A jarlet of unknown provenance, a jar with the partial name of the 13th dynasty king Hor I. Scarabs, the British Museum actually have several scarabs, which may be attributed to King Hor. And burial at Dahshur, the shaft tomb of Hor, is located inside the pyramid complex of Amenemhat III, reusing and expanding the shaft tomb originally made for a member of the royal court of Amenemhat III. The tomb was originally made for a member of Amenemhat's court and was later enlarged for Hor, with the addition of a stone burial chamber and antechamber. The mummy of the king had been ransacked for his jewelry, and only Hor's skeleton was left in his coffin. The king was determined to have been in his 40s at the time of his death. He was found with his arms across his chest. Burial goods include a canopic chest, canopic jars, gold leaf, and car statuette. His burial goods show a special type of hieroglyphs known as incomplete hieroglyphs, which developed in the reign of Amenemhat III onwards. It has the burial equipment of Neferupta, where parts of animal hieroglyphs have been ritually mutilated, removing their legs, for instance. Although the tomb had been pillaged in antiquity, it still contained a naos with a rare life-size wooden statue of the car of the king. This statue is one of the most frequently reproduced examples of ancient Egyptian art and is now in the Egyptian Museum. The tomb also contained the partly gilded, rotten rectangular wooden coffin of the king and the king's wooden funerary mask. Its eyes of stone set in bronze had been stripped off its gold gilding, but still held the king's skull. Hor's canopic box was also found, complete with its canopic vessels. Other artifacts from the tomb include offering tables, small statues, alabaster and wooden vases, some jewelry, 2 alabaster stelae inscribed with blue painted hieroglyphs, and a number of flails, scepters and wooden staves, which had all been disposed in a long wooden case. So we have a lot from his burial, and that's why he's quite important in the antiquities preservation, basically, from his burial.